Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go!
And on a side note, do you know any police officers, like personally?
Well, I know a lieutenant.
All right, there
Big
you go.
gun.
You know what's
Big gun.
You know what's awesome about like getting together and like having a happy hour and rapping with a police officer?
You don't feel so bad about driving home?
No, that does come up though.
I was in
stories.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It's
the stories.
insane.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I was in Janesville, Wisconsin. Here's a little tale. I was in
All right.
Janesville, Wisconsin because my wife had a wild hair in her bum to be a quilting person.
This is not recent.
No. So I dropped large on a long arm quilting machine because
I remember it fondly.
I wanted to invest in her future. They never turned the damn thing on in the time I had it, but I schmoozed it. I only lost like $5,000 on the deal. So anyway, we're in Janesville because there's training. Well, I had to drive and I have to hang out and make sure that everything's good. So I spend the day at the bar while she's in training. And I'm at a speakeasy with this gal and her husband, and she was very interesting. I don't remember why, but he was not like a beat cop, but like a cop, like an investigator. What the hell they call him? Detective. And there was a murder in the area. Holy smokes.
Like the Holy Grail.
Yeah, so we're sitting at this speakeasy, coolest little shindig anywhere. Not very busy at all because it was like a Wednesday night. And I'm hitting my stride. It was so long ago I was smoking. I had to go get cigarettes. And
That was a while ago.
And so I'm like, I got to go home. I got to get back to the hotel. I'm like, I don't even know where I am. And the cop, he goes, just call me. And as you come up the street signs, tell me, and I'll tell you which way to go to get back to your hotel.
Oh, that is really?
So I stayed on the phone with him the whole time. And, I had sobered up by then. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And,
yeah, of course.
And I woke up in my hotel going, what happened last night? And I had this like 15-minute phone call to this number I didn't recognize. I'm like, oh, that's what it was. Now I remember.
So this is classic Wisconsin. So not only did the police officer, the detective, not only did he encourage and allow you to drive drunk.
No. We're not saying that. But we kind of are.
Drive questionably.
Yeah.
But not only that, but
I refuse the breathalyzer.
Not only that, but he was also cool with letting you drive distracted with a phone in your hand and looking at street signs. That is killer.
It was a different time. That was
when you said speakeasy, you know what it reminded me of? Speaking of a long time ago.
What's that?
There was nothing ultimately special about it, and I didn't even know why I'm about to say it. It was one of the best stops at a speakeasy ever in my life. Was when you and I were coming back from Canada with your motorcycle.
Hey.
And with Nick.
Nick.
But remember that we stopped at that just hole in the wall dive roadside bar for like lunch, and we were there for like 4 hours.
We decided to get a hotel.
Playing pool.
You know what? We're just gonna stay. So for those of you who are not privy to the, I think it was like in July. The July, it was right. Because I bought the motorcycle as an anniversary gift to myself. Because I took the wife to Grand Marais, and we're like, Jesus, Palomino, Grand Marais is boring. Let's go to Canada, eh? So we went up over the border, and just then she says, you should think about a motorcycle. I'm like, yes, I should.
Thinking about it.
Now I remember why I love you. So we went, and I found this motorcycle on consignment. I'm like, hey, I'm doing it. And speaking of which, we were talking about this the other day. Pulled out my Discover card. I'm like, put that motorcycle on here. And they go, yeah, that's an American card, eh? We don't take those. I'm like, oh, well, then I'll have to come back, eh? Because that's the only card I got. So you and I decide to road trip the next weekend back to get my bike.
Hell yeah.
So we get this like 76 orange panel van that, what is it, a Bandura or something?
Yes.
No air conditioning, no radio. The one with the doghouse between the front seats, where the engine is.
Where it gets real hot. Yeah.
Oh, man. That was rolling in style. Then we get up to Canada, and we run to the dude. It was a consignment sale. And for those of you who don't know Nick is was Mallory's boyfriend on Family Ties. And
nice.
Leather jacket, long mullet. And this guy was Mr. Accessories. Like, he had every accessory known to man.
Oh, and not only
he
every
wanted to party.
not only every accessory, but there was nobody in the country of Canada who was more proud of Canada than this cat.
He wanted to just drive us around and show us Canada. I'm like, we're here for a night, dude. You can't. It's not going to work.
We're at that restaurant, and like we went through like a quiz where he's like, William Shatner's from Canada, and he just listed off every person who's ever been mentioned.
Hey, why don't you grab me a Molson and shut the hell up, huh? God, and then we picked the bike up. The bike goes in the back of the van. Didn't something weird happen? I don't know what it was.
I think the whole thing's pretty weird.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's what it was, you sucker. We were driving. We got to the border, and I'm like, hey, keep it on the DL, man. I don't want to pay the tariff to get this motorcycle into the United States. And we get to the border, and they go, so how much did you pay for it? And you go, I paid $7,000. And I'm like, what are you doing? So now I got to scratch a check at the border to get my wares back. But then we did stop at that bar, and we ended up drinking so much we stayed and decided to finish the 90-degree road trip the next day with the bike in the back, man. That's like dudes living right there.
Absolutely. Run it, walkabout. But remember, we were like so intrigued that bartender server had like a nose ring back at that time.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't. I'm sure it didn't go well with old Big Mouth.
No. Well, yeah.
Was there any fighting? Did we get thrown out?
We may have pushed no. We almost went. She invited us to go to a party with her and her friends when they got off.
Wow, that's because she saw.
You remember that?
It's because she saw. No, dude, I don't remember anything. We
did not. We did not. Just for the record.
I'm still swearing by the fact that you were never at Rod's that night either. From the salmon night, but no, I don't remember that at all. But I do remember Nick, and I do remember like. Did we bail out on him? Like he was somewhere and we just like hit the bricks. Just got the hell out of there. Yeah, that was an interesting deal. He paid $7,500 for it.
Just think about how what kind of time that was where
it was
in
so
life
hot.
where
God, it was hot.
just like in your personal schedule that you can go, oh, you don't take a Discover. We'll just run back up next weekend
to Canada. Yeah. It was ridiculous. We did it though. I borrowed that van. What's up with that?
And he put it right back. So he starts doing like the Chester's back.
Really?
He does. Yeah. He does the change lane slowdown to let me get in front of him.
Oh. Was this in the Stang?
This is in the Stang.
Hell yes.
So I'm cruising down.
That way he knew you were serious.
It went right from like, you bastard, flipping to like, oh, fuck, he's following me. Like real.
This backfired.
It backfired heavy, right? So I start doing all the turns. And he's just... We're still, going back and forth with all the gestures. So I got to keep it up. You know what I mean? And so I got all the way to, remember the road where the ice rinks were? We had to run from those guys that one time. I got to that road and we both swung into like the parking area.
For the rink? Oh, for the apartments.
Yeah. No, the rinks.
Okay, like the rinks. All right.
The rink.
All right.
But it wasn't rink. It wasn't rink weather, so it was just a gravel parking area.
Why would you stop? You can't stop.
And he I don't know, dude. This is what I was young, and he slams on his brake. Not slam. I'm overdoing. He like stops. And he jumps out of his car, and immediately it's
hey, you got a tail light out.
Immediately it's the I kind of know him. It's the guy that lives in those apartments on that road. That's why he was going that way.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. A mountain of a guy too. And I, like talked to him. We weren't like hanging out watching movies, but we knew each other. And he would have killed me. So he jumps out of the car. And you know what I did immediately? I went dude, I've been trying to get your attention this whole time. How are you? Went right into the Jesus.
I thought it was you.
And it worked like a charm. He's like, "Oh, seriously? I thought you were giving me hell." I'm like, "No.
Want a beer?"
I'm trying to tell you it's me. Oh God.
Your bro hugged it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's funny. That reminds me of when we were we don't.
It was my last. By the way, it was my last road rage incident.
Well, yeah, you just can't do that. The ones I always got a charge of is when I was with the old man out in the boat, and he'd be invading space, and he'd start bitching at the other fishermen like, "What are we going to go to shore and fight?" Like, come on, just dumb.
And there's like 13,000 acres of water.
Yeah. Well, this is where the fish were. You got to go where the fish are.
Remember when he and I and you were fishing on Walleye Opener? And he kept getting so close to that boat, and they were getting verbal about it. And then he turned around and got so close, my line hooked to that guy's line.
Dude, I hooked him. What do I do? I'm like, fucking cut the line. Jesus. Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly. It didn't seem to faze the old man a bit, though.
No.
He stood strong because he knew there's no way they're parking their boats and rumbling. Hold on, I got to tie up my boat. God. That's just stupid. Just dumb. But people do that. You see a lot of people getting absolutely berserk on the road, and it's like, really? Like, come on. I've been seeing a lot lately on the road of these people who like do a really stupid maneuver, and then they like, they'll be turning or they'll be pulling out, and then you're like, what are you doing? And then you look at them, and it's like half their car's gone. It's like, oh, you've made stupid mistakes before.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't your first time being dumb on the road.
Yeah, that is a common denominator. You'll find like just the whole side of the car has road rash on it.
Oh.
Like, okay. What?
Yep. Really? So we had a tough first contest, but we ended up prevailing. Right, so we win. So then we got to play 8:00 Saturday morning.
Whoa! That's a gloss over. What was the score?
I don't know. We had one more than they did. That's all that matters. Let's not split hairs. It's not It's not about the score. It's about winning or losing. So then we get up early Saturday morning, and we end up blowing this team apart. Like, they were not a good club. And we have a rather large listening base, and I hope we don't offend anybody, because this is kind of a touchy subject. Normally I don't care, but this is crazy. Listen to this. This whole weekend was crazy, man. Hold on. Let me put my seatbelt on. Click. All right.
Buckle up.
Yeah, this is great. So it's my car wouldn't start. My car wouldn't start Saturday morning, so I had to ride the shuttle, which. Whatever, I'll ride the shuttle. I'm not too cool for the shuttle. So, but after the game, the kid, the boss, and I are on the shuttle with the whole other team, right? So there's like
your team or the opponent's team?
Other team, the team we just slaughtered, like 13-0. So here's a
remember that score?
Well, I think it was worse than that. Here's a mini segment, okay? And someone pointed this out that we should bring this up. So if you're in a tournament play, and sometimes, if we got 2 wins and they got 2 wins, it goes down to points. But at what point do you let off the throttle? Now, this is hockey, because obviously basketball and football, those are different scores. But when you're in hockey and you're rocking a shutout, they stop keeping score on the board at like 7 or 8. But we know.
Why?
Well, because they don't want anybody to feel bad. So we.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At this age?
Yeah, because we were taking it to them. So anyway, we won like 13. But at what point do you say, hey, why don't we work on our passing and let off the throttle a little bit? maybe keep a couple of these kids out of the psychologist's office for a week. I mean, I'm all for hammering them, but 13 in a hockey game?
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm going to disagree. I say you keep hammering them.
Hell yes. I was beating around the bush. I wanted to play it fair and get your real answer, dude.
Okay.
I love where your head's at.
Here's my take on it.
Unless you're the team getting throttled.
No, hey, you get what you get, right?
Yep.
Here's my take on it. What's more demeaning to the other team? Getting a bunch of goals scored on them, or the other team literally turning it into a practice against them?
You know what? We were in a soccer tournament one time, and this team, I don't want to name names, but it was Edina, sons of bitches. And
cake eater.
At one point, their coach, you could hear him yell, "Just play keep away." It's like,
see, that's terrible.
Get the counselor on the phone.
That is completely worse than just a shutout.
Well, and I think at 13, you should be like, "Hey, we got an extra goalie. You want us to lend him? Lend him to you for a period." Just so our guy can get some work in, because evidently your guy ain't playing. So anyway, We just lambasted these guys. We hop on the bus. There's probably 8 of them. There's the boss, my 12-year-old, and I, and then 2 of their coaches and 1 mom. And the 1 mom and the kids are just being, you can just tell they're just crappy kids. And that's why they're such a bad team. But just being rude, being nasty. And the mom goes, "Hey, little Tommy, I think it's a great story about how you were adopted and everything. Your mom was telling me, and it's really a touching story." And the kid looks at her and just starts bawling. And she's like, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "Nobody knows. I didn't want anybody to know." And she goes, "Oh, your mom told me that you told everybody in the locker room, and and everything was good." And the kid's just bawling. Meanwhile, the little shitty teammates are like, "Dude, you're adopted. You're adopted." And I look over at my wife. I'm like, "What do we do now? Like, we're surrounded by this. We just blasted this team, and now they're having like a Lifetime movie on the bus." So I'm like, we should grab some lunch after this. and the coach then interjects, and he's like, "You guys are not being very good teammates." And he starts railing on them, and they're like, "We need to be supportive, and this was an accident." And then the lady starts crying, and the only, and I don't know if it was her coach husband that's sitting next to me, but she kept looking at me, which maybe she was looking at her husband, but her eyes were all full of water, and she just felt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is as crazy. This is a soap opera.
Oh my God, man, that is crazy.
Absolutely off the chain.
I don't even understand the move by the mom.
Hell no.
Why is that bus fodder?
I don't know. Well, and then really, ironically, after that, we kept running into the kid and the parents, the adopted kid. Yeah. And let me tell you, if you didn't know he was adopted, give me a break. I mean, short of his his parents were, I don't know, they look like grandparents more than parents. Let's say that. But
okay, and he's Asian.
No, that would be the other giveaway, is that if he was of foreign descent, but he wasn't. But it was just the weirdest thing, right? So I'm like, wow, this is too much. I don't know how you handle this. It is crazy.
You just keep to yourself and wait for the bus ride to be over.
and it turns out that was,
and then go on the podcast to talk about it.
That was one of the more normal things that happened that day.
No, come on.
I'm not even kidding, dude. You can't write the Lifetime movie any better than this.
Really?
So a
simple hockey tourney.
Yeah, there's nothing simple about hockey, man. These parents go full throttle. They like their booze, and they don't let up. I shouldn't say that. Everybody
should get into hockey.
Everybody was pretty mellow. It was pretty good, but Breezy Point's not dumb. They give you all the free booze for 2 hours, and then they drive you around and let you make a mess of yourself. But
Breezy Point's cool that way.
So yeah, man, much props.
You and I have done that.
They have we been there?
Yeah.
No, we haven't. No, we go to Craigan's. This is Breezy Point.
I know. What's the one we went to first?
Grandview.
Before. Oh God, I got that mixed up. Sorry, my bad.
This is up in the Pequot Lake.
Yeah. No,
Little further north. But so we rest the kids and they're all laying low. We're encouraging video game play because we have I think we have like a 8:00 game. So we all hop on the old shuttle and head back at like 7. And there's a game ahead of us, and it's Waconia, and they're playing against Apple Valley Burnsville. And evidently Apple Valley Burnsville, which are two powerhouses in the big school conference, don't have enough kids playing hockey anymore, so they have to combine forces, which whatever. So there's
really?
There's a 1-goal deficit in this contest. And Apple Valley Burnsville is down by 1. And there's about a minute left. And you could tell they're getting a little chirpy because they know they're going to be done. Chippy, sorry. And all of a sudden, 38 seconds left, Apple Valley Burnsville scores. The place goes berserk. Well, in the process of the place
now they tied it up.
Yeah, they tied it up.
Okay.
So we're potentially looking at an overtime. And so the place goes nuts. Well, in the meantime of everything going nuts, nobody heard the whistle. So the ref had blown the whistle because there was a high sticking on the goal scoring deal. So they pulled they said no goal. So now we're back to a 4-3 contest with 38 seconds left. Well, pretty soon all of the Apple Valley Burnsville kids are just raging. They're just angry. And the coaches are on the ice, which should never happen. So Apple Valley Burnsville's coaches are on the ice, and they're just bitching at the refs.
When this happens, I don't know much about hockey. Do the coaches, before they go on the ice, do they lace up? Are they in skates or are they in loafers?
No, they're I'm going to say like a boot, maybe a boot shoe.
Okay.
Maybe
a desert boot.
Yeah, maybe a low top, maybe some type of a Sorel. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely not skates though.
Okay.
That would be awesome. But so anyway, so both refs are over there, and the two coaches are over there, and they're like two lines are on the ice, and they're just out of nowhere, boom! One of the coaches comes over and lays out a ref on the ice, it looked like he jumped up and sucker punched him, but he didn't. He just went 2 hands under the throat and pushed him down. Yes.
What?
Oh my God! Now the place is going berserk. No, you can't. Wait. This is crazy.
T. So he intentionally. Yeah. This wasn't like him falling on the ice and pushing him over.
He came out of nowhere and went for the ref's throat and took him down. And
this is a fucking coach?
Yes, of a 12-year-old Pee Wee C meaning the lowest quality of hockey that you can have. And
holy shit.
Yeah. So our whole team is there, and my team is done in the locker room, so they're out watching the game. So they were all right there to watch this happen. So it was a good learning moment for our team, but it was like, what is going on with society? Really, this is low level hockey, and you're they weren't even playing for a chance for the championship. This game was to see if they played for 4th or 5th, or maybe 3rd or 4th, to see if they played for 3rd or 4th. That's what it was.
And in this crazy bastard's mind, that really seemed like a good time for assault and battery.
You know what though? It wasn't even 4. It was 5th or 6th, because my friend from Waconia, they actually won and they got 5th the next day. So then we got to wait, and our game is delayed because there's just hubbub city everywhere, and they got to scrape this rep up off the ground. And the dude's on the run around the arena, and the cops end up coming, and everybody's like, well, they should be ejected. They should get it. And I'm like, it's not the team's fault. The coach freaked out. I mean, so oh my God, it was so crazy. So then we're down to one ref for part of the game because the cops got to take statements, and it's just what is going on? This is absolute chaos at its best. And everybody in the end, where the beer and and like the waiting before you go in the arena part is. They're all like, ooh, you are, and it just, oh my gosh, it was so intense. It was really funny.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, totally. And then not to make.
I mean, what is the first conversation like with that guy and his family at the first time they have dinner together? You know, like
they said he just kept saying it's so cold out, and you know this game meant a lot, and it's really cold out. And it's like,
cold,
what? Dude, you 5 Budweisers into it, and you couldn't let off the throttle. Holy snot! It was crazy. But then we're getting ready for the end of the night, and I had bought some taffy, and I was talking about taffy, and this lady comes over. She starts talking to me, and I'm like, what's up? And she's like, oh, I thought you called me over here. I'm like, nope, don't know who you are. She goes, oh, my name's Taffy. I'm like, no, it's not. She goes, yeah, my name's Taffy. I thought you were calling my name. I'm like, no, but hold on. This is a little weird. She goes, yeah, my sister's name is Carmel. I'm like, okay,
come on.
I said, who are your parents? Willy Wonka? This is just weird. But yeah, they were friends of some people on our team. And yeah, she's like, her name's Carmel. Or her name's Taffy. And her sister's name is Carmel.
And her sister's Carmel.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And they said she was a nice lady. Like, you know, sat and shot the crap for a couple minutes. And it was a great little story. I guess she has a ranch out there, and it's called the Saltwater Ranch.
Oh, come on. This is too much. Are you pulling my leg?
Yeah. The adoption story and the ref getting beat up weren't too much for you, but a person named Taffy put you over the edge. I can see how that could happen.
Oh, Taffy, Carmel, Salt Lake Ranch.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.